Hi. So, in the last couple of videos, I demonstrated how you can use RemoSharp for real-time collaboration, for non-real-time collaboration through just serializing geometry and sharing them as text, and how you can create a library of functions that you can share with your colleagues and friends and just have fun. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you some of the extra features that comes with RemoSharp. Let's see them as more like utilities. So yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at the communication tools. So RemoSharp is actually built on the top of the WebSocket communication technology. So here we have some very simple WebSocket clients that you can use inside Grasshopper to send messages here and there. So I'm gonna put this WebSocket client here, and I'm gonna put in a send message, and I'm gonna put in a listen in here. Of course, I need to connect these wires just like this, and I need a toggle to connect to a server, and I need a button to send my messages and a panel to write nice things in. There we go. Now, of course, we need a server. So let's write in one of the public servers that I have developed for RemoSharp. Okay, so we can paste in my public echo server in here. So I can connect it here and press connect. Now, once this is going to take just a tiny bit of time, so let's wait for it. And there we go, we are connected. Okay, there we go. So that way I can connect this here and I can connect this here. Now, of course, this is one client. So maybe I'm just going to copy all these components to here. And there we go. Now we have two clients connected to the same echo server. So that means if I have a panel in here, I can see what is going to be the message that's being sent. If I write something nice in here, then we can see it's being sent to both clients. I can say some nice thing from the left side, and I can send this message. And I can say, oh, hi there, from the right. And then I can send that as a message. Now, in previous videos, I showed you how you can serialize geometry into text, right? So here's what we can do. First of all, let's delete this panel over here. We do not preview text from serialized geometry. It will break your Grasshopper. Okay, so I'm going to put a point in here, and I'm going to put this point in here, and I'm going to make a box out of it. So a center box could do. There we go. And let's put 15 in X, Y, and Z, maybe a little bit bigger. There we go. Now I can use the geometry streamer here, Remo geometry streamer, and I can connect it here. And there we go. I can connect it to the message. On this side, well, the message is coming. So I'm going to use the geometry parser. And there we go. Here we go. We have a piece of geometry that's being sent through our WebSocket server. So if I turn this to toggle to true and connect it to send, that means for every single time I'm going to be recomputing this geometry, I can send it on the other side. Please be careful. Sending geometry through these servers can get very heavy, and it could break your computer, it could break your connections. And so just so you know, you can do it, but let's use it in a reasonable manner. Okay, so this was the WebSocket clients. Let's delete them, and let's delete them from this side too. Okay, now we have some more utilities around here. Let's take a look at the Grasshopper logger. So I'm going to put the logger over here, and I'm going to write my name as the ID. The Grasshopper logger needs a timer to work properly. So, a trigger here, and I'm going to connect it, and let's put the interval at 500. Okay, now what this Grasshopper logger does is to record what you're doing with Grasshopper. Basically, it's going to record your interactions with Grasshopper, and it's going to create a file in your desktop with your name. So let's take a look at that file in just a moment. And there we go. I'm going to just open the file on this side, and let's take a look at it. Okay, there we go. So if I start moving around, I can see there's a view change in here. If I put a component inside, then I get add curve. If I put anything else in here or delete stuff, maybe I can put some components in, connect wires, move them around, like zoom out, and all of these interactions are being recorded by Grasshopper into this file. Now, the purpose for this component is specifically for research. As you may remember, I showed you a paper that I published on RemoSharp, and I'm gonna add the link to that paper in both in this video and that video. So basically, this was how I was looking at how my students were working with Grasshopper. So yeah, if you're interested in doing any kind of research with Grasshopper, this component, this Grasshopper logger, can be a very good one. So let's use it, but of course, let's be careful about the research ethics and how you have to inform the people whom you're researching about what you're doing and whether you're recording any kind of data like this. So yeah, that's the Grasshopper logger. Now let's get to the other ones. Over here we have the plane rotate. Well, it's exactly in the name. If you have an XY plane here, or any other plane for that matter, you get to rotate it. So I'm going to have a minus 180 degrees to 180. I'm going to have 3 of them like this connected. Please note that this component is going to rotate your plane in a local sequence by default. And what does that mean is if I rotate this plane in the X direction, then the next rotation is going to be around the local Y, and the next direction is going to be around the local Z. I can change this rotation to a global rotation with just a toggle. So in that way, I can rotate around X, and then rotating around Z, it's going around Y, it's going to rotate around the world Y. And if I start rotating around Z, it's going to rotate around the Z of the world. So of course you can flip by flipping, basically you flip the direction of those 2 arrows. So as you can see, the X and Y arrows are now flipped. So that means your plane is going to be basically like flipped. And yep, that's it. Very simple. The single true button is going to allow you to send single trues as a filter. So let's say if I have a plane in here, that might change multiple times. And I can connect it here, and let's create a plane right over here. And let's add a trigger here to act as a simulation of many iterations of, let's set it at 1 second, and let's add a button here. And let's add a panel in here to see what's going on. So basically what's happening here is if I push this button, I'm going to get true for only 1 second. This button over here is going to turn your press of a button to false right after your first push. So that means if I have a script that's going to rewrite every 100 milliseconds, so my true is going to be only just a moment. Now, this component here can come in handy with scripts that have a lot of recomputation. So for example, if you're working with robots, well, you want to read where the robot is, where the current position of the robot. Well, that requires a lot of recomputation. So while you're getting all of those recomputations, then if you push up a button without this filter, then while you're holding the button, even if it's for just a brief second, then you're going to be sending a lot of messages and a lot of commands to the robot. So this is going to prevent that. All right. And last, let's take a look at the unique values. I have, let's say, a list of numbers that are like this. And there's a lot of duplicates in this. There we go. And it is a list of data. What this component does is just find the unique values in this list. Please note, this component finds the unique text values. So basically what you can see is we have these numbers as text values in this list. And that's basically what it does. So with this, I can say I have explained everything about the current version of RemoSharp. Of course, RemoSharp is under development here, and I hope to add more functions to it. If you feel like this tool is useful for you, feel free to download it, use it, and yeah, just let me know how you like it or you don't like it, or just give me feedback. And yeah, if you like this series, please subscribe to the channel. That will be very much appreciated, and doing the thumbs up, that will be even better. So yeah, hope to see you in a different video, and yeah, later.